Hello, all. I am Palak Vadadia, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will continue with our previous topic, that is organizing Python codes using function from unit number 3, that is Python functions and modules. See, if you remember, then we have discussed some design recipes, or we can say the design function design procedures in our previous lecture. That means in a function designing, we have to take care of some of the steps. The first step is what? First of all, we have to write down the examples related to our function. Then, second is we have to define the type contract. Type contract, that means what kind of the value that you can pass inside your function. That is integer, float, or sometimes yes, it's a string also. And then what kind of the value you are getting after the execution of the function. That is whether it's a number, whether it's an integer, it's a float. If the number can be integer or a float, then we have to define that as a number. And if it is a string, then simply we have to define that as a string. And then we have to give us some meaningful definition to our function. Like if we want to find out the area of a triangle, then definitely the name of the function is what? It's area. Alright, if you want to find out the perimeter of any triangle or square, then definitely you have to use the definition that is what is the perimeter. Likewise, you have to take some meaningful name of your function. And then you have to write some description that is related to your function. That is what exactly your function will do. And then the last one is what? You have to write down the body of your function. That is the set of the command that execute your function or that give you your required output of your function inside your, and then finally you have to write down what is a return statement. What do you want to print or what do you want to return? Rather to print, it's what? It's a what do you want to return. Alright, so today we will write one or two functions in a PyCharm using the design recipes. And we will discuss how we can call one function inside the another function definition. So let's start our today's session in a PyCharm. Now we will start with, that is to find perimeter of a triangle. Okay, or rather you can say we want to write down the function of a triangle. So the first is what? You have to write down the DEF. And then here we have to mention the sum of the docstring like this. Here we will not mention the return, we will mention the return statement that is here. Here. This is the structure of your function. Now here, first of all, we have to write what is example. For thing, if I want to find out the perimeter, see, you know, triangle having a three different sides. So perimeter is what? Is the addition of the side of the triangles. So here we have to pass how many value? It's definitely 3 value. So I'm just passing 3, 4, 5. And when we add, perimeter is what? Simply addition of these three sides. So 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5. That is what? It's a 12. The perimeter of 3, 4, 5 is what? Is a 12. Now next we are writing the another example, that is perimeter of 10.5, then 6 and 9.3. See here, instead of integer, I pass the float number as well as some integer number. And if I calculate the perimeter, then what is it? 25.8. Alright. Now, this is our first step is clear, complete. That is what? We have to write some examples related to our function. What is the second step? That is a type contract. So for that you just see carefully, see here what kind of the value I have passed inside this function. In this it is integer. Here it's a combination of integer as well as float. So I can say that inside the function I can pass the number. The number will represent, it can be integer, it can be what? It's a float. Now, what is the output? In the first case, the parameter is what? 12, it's an integer. In the second case, what is the parameter? That is 25.8. That is what is a float. So here also you have to mention what is a number. It can be integer, it can be a float. Then give this a meaningful name to your function. That is already I have given, that is what is a parameter. And I have to pass what? 3, 4, 5. That is what is a side length. So side 1, side 2, and it's a side 3. Now, you have to give or you have to write some description of your function. What exactly your function do. So just do one thing, whenever you just writing the function description, you just try to cover the function name as well as function argument. So what your function will return? So simply it will return the parameter of a triangle with sides of length, that is what it's side 1, side 2, and simply it's what? It's a side 3. So here if you see carefully, I have covered the parameter name as well as side 1, side 2 and some argument name. So by looking this description, everyone can understand, okay, this will calculate what? It's a perimeter of a triangle. Now what should I write inside this return statement? It's addition. It's side 1 plus side 2 plus it's a side 3. Okay, let's run this code and check. Run test. Here it shows that the process is finished with the exit code 0, but nothing is displayed. Why? Because we have used the return statement, not print. If we use print statement, then definitely it will print the value. Okay, inside the return, if you use the print, then it will print the value. Now, how can I check whether my function is working properly or not? So for that, you have to write it's a print and then you just pass this example here. Now let's run this and we will check. Yes, it's what? It's a 25.8. We know the parameter of 10.5, 6 and 9.3 is was 25.8. Now why we are writing this doc string? Because see, whenever you just type the help of the function, it will display the doc string. Okay, so everyone can understand what is the use of this function, how you can use this function in your program. See, like this, definitely it is side 1, side 2, side 3. Here see it's a display. This our type contract, then description of our function and then some examples. See, everything is there. Alright. Now next I will discuss that is how you can use the one function inside the another function. That is, for example, I am just writing find semi-perimeter of a triangle. Now we know how to find out the semi-perimeter. That is definitely the addition of 3 sides divided by 2. But I don't want to use that equation. I want to call the function perimeter. Then first of all, you have to follow the design recipe. So I'm just this copy and paste it. And here my function name is what? It's a semi-perimeter. Definitely I'll pass the number. It can be integer, it can be float. But I'll discuss this as a letter. Okay, what should you write here instead of number? Okay, and here your function will return semi-perimeter of a triangle with the side length of side 1, side 2 and side 3. Here you have to write down your function, that is what is the semi. Here you have to write down what is the semi. So semi-perimeter, that is what 12 divided by 2. Answer is what? Is the 6.0. And here 25.8 divided by 2. So answer is what? It's a 12.9. Alright. So now here I have to use what is the return statement? Return that is how I can call the another function inside this? Yes, here I have to put this semicolon and then here it will display. Yes, here see I have to provide some tab. And then you just mention it's the return. And then I'll call the function that is what is the perimeter. In perimeter, what kind of the value I have to pass? That is side 1, side 2 and it's side 3. And then I have to divide this with the 2. See, when we divide with this 2, you just remember our arithmetic operator lecture. In that, it will give you always the float number. Right? Division. That's why here I have written 6.0 instead of 6. And here I have written 12.9. So here I am using the division sign. So always my answer is what? It's a float. Instead of number, I am just mentioning the float because my answer is always what? It's a float. And here what I have to mention, the function definition is what? It's a semi-perimeter. And then inside that I have to mention what? It's a side 1, side 2 and it's what? It's a side 3. That's why it's showing the error because here we have not mentioned the side 1, side 2 and side 3. Alright, it's a simple code. And here we have used the perimeter function inside the semi-perimeter function. Now let's run this code again. Here is the process finished with the exit code 0 and nothing will print because we have not used the print statement here. Here it will simply 25.8 because here we have used the print statement. Now if I want to check the semi-perimeter of this value, then how can I check? Like this. I'm just copying this statement, print statement and just printing over here. Control V and here I'm just using that is semi-perimeter. So first it will show me the 25.8 because the perimeter and then it will show the semi-perimeter, that is what is a 12.9. Yes, it's a 25.8 and then it's a 12.9. One more thing, you can use the inbuilt function inside a user-defined function. That means print. I want to find out the maximum semi-perimeter of this two triangles. One triangle having a side 3, 4, 5. Another triangle having a side of 10.5, 6 and 9.3. So the maximum is what? It's a 12.9. So I have to use the function, inbuilt function. That is what is the maximum. Inside the maximum, I have to pass the argument. So one argument I am just passing, that is semi-perimeter. And here the side is what? 3, 4, 5. And another is what is again semi-perimeter. And side is 10.5. Then it's 6. And then it's a 9.3. Now we will check. The function should display, the print command should display what? 12.9. Yes. The function is what? Is a perimeter. then semiperimeter, and then it's what is the maximum semiperimeter out of this two. So I hope this is clear how you can call the one function inside the another function definition. In our next lecture, we will discuss some of the function arguments. Okay.